Alright guys, how is it going, and welcome to a new video. Now, today's video is a bit different. It's something I have never really done before. Today we're going to be talking about Halloween Ends again and kind of the David Gordon Green trilogy. But if those of you who don't know anyway, I uploaded a YouTube video a few days ago now. It was about 4 days ago, and it was my first video back from about maybe 2 or 3 weeks. I was just waiting for a video to kind of stick out to me, and the video that I put out wasn't even the one I was meant to put out. I did this completely off the cuff because I just thought, why not? There was like an article posted on David Gordon Green and his thoughts of, Halloween Ends and the bad reaction it got. And that video is now on 12,000 views at the moment I'm seeing this, which is quite crazy. Obviously not normal for this channel at all. And yeah, just over the last kind of few days, as it's kind of just gone up and up and up, it is currently on just under 400 comments. And I just thought I'd wait a little bit until it got to over about 350. And I thought we could kind of go through the comments and just see why people think Halloween Ends ruined the franchise. Just try and pick out some comments, people's opinions on this. So yeah, if you did leave a comment on that video, you may be in this video. Let's have a quick look now. Let's go to the comments. So also with this, where it says I haven't responded, I haven't actually responded to any of them. I haven't really touched the comment section because I wanted this to be my first time reacting to them. So let's just get into some of them now, and yeah, I'll pick out some ones that maybe have some interesting views. I mean, looking at the first comment straight away, we've just got Halloween End was completely trash. And then directly below that, we've got Ends is my favourite from the David Gordon Green Halloween trilogy. Very interesting. This film has one of the most diverse opinions, or not diverse, but polar opposite opinions. It really is like a thing where you either seem to love it or hate it. We've got a comment here. Halloween Ends makes Season of the Witch look like a masterpiece. What a joke. Watched it once and can't unsee it. And then on the flip side, directly below that again, I'm sorry guys, but I liked Halloween Ends. There's certainly some elements I personally would have changed, but he's a director, man. He didn't want to make something predictable or expected. Real shame most fans didn't like it, but I did appreciate it myself. I probably wouldn't say my opinion is too far from this person's opinion. I understand people's liking to this film in terms of when they do say it's something different, unpredictable. I understand how that could have maybe entertained or kind of lived up to that one expectation of, I didn't want to go in there, expecting what we got. And yeah, I think had that been done a little bit more right, I would probably more so agree with that. It was just, yeah, what I said in the last video anyway. I don't want to just use this video giving you guys my opinion again. We've got a comment here saying, yes, he did. 2018 was good. I would say very good. But as soon as Kills got out, it was pretty obvious that it should just have been one movie and let Michael Myers rest in the graveyard of the great horror icons. This is one I understand too, because I agree in saying Halloween 2018, I think, is a really, really good film. I think it's made well. I think they handle Michael Myers pretty well considering, this big time jump. And, we don't really see his face, and what we do see of it, I think we see just the right amount, to be honest. We got a simple one here. That third installment was trash. The Real B. Greg says, I've gone back and forth on it. I found out a lot of the spoilery stuff ahead of time because I was so invested, and I think that helped to quell my disappointment when finally seeing the entire film. While it wasn't what I wanted as a conclusion to the trilogy, I can admit 3 things. The movie itself, disconnected from Halloween, is well made. Rowan Campbell is talented as hell, and the fight between Laurie and Michael is great. Outside of that, I have very few nice things to say, though the novelization is fantastic. It is 100% worthwhile reading for any fan of the franchise. Yeah, that's an interesting comment, and I do agree that the fight between Laurie and Michael is great. There's no bullshit of running. Both of them are trying to get each other, which I think is great, and I do really agree with that. Cheap Cinema Channel 4548 says, Ends is my favourite of the David Gordon Green trilogy. Kills is easily the worst. Film Lover 123 just says David Gordon Green is a hack. Okay, we've got O.5075 here who says Halloween Ends is the worst Halloween movie of the franchise. What they did to the Michael Myers characters is absolutely ridiculous. I'd rather watch Halloween 5 and Resurrection than Ends. If you just get the Michael Myers character right and don't mess it up, you have a good Halloween movie. They failed like that. Yeah, interesting comment, because I do agree that, you know, they messed Michael Myers up too much for my liking. I understand the idea that obviously he's not a complete ghost or otherworldly entity type of thing, or, you know, from how I see Michael Myers anyway, there's supernatural elements, but he isn't invincible. So, you know, the idea that he would deteriorate the way that he did does add up. Like, I know it does kind of make sense. But yeah, I just agree that he was too weak, too unseen in the movie, and it just meant that, like, no real hype for me could be built in the film to Michael and Laurie finding each other. I had such high hopes for this movie. I thought it was leading up to a huge confrontation with Laurie, Allison, and Lindsay hunting down Michael, and I don't understand why they strayed from that. Completely agree. I think adding on to Laurie, Allison, and Lindsay as well, I think Hawkins, like, I cannot believe how little of the film he was in, and just how, like, irrelevant he was to the plot in Halloween Ends. We have one comment here that says, the reactions in this comment section are dramatic as hell. You can't hate something without phrasing it like David Gordon Green kicked your dog. Okay, this is a pretty bold opinion. Maybe you guys would agree. The showdown was better in Halloween H2O, just my opinion. I personally do agree with that. I think the Halloween H2O entire final act was absolutely amazing with Michael and Laurie. You know, it had chase elements to it, you know, setting changes. It was just crazy seeing them essentially run around this school and try and kill each other, which was great. So yeah, I don't know if that is maybe a popular opinion or unpopular opinion, but let me know down in the comments below if you disagree with that. Okay, so Michael Evans 9675 says, I thought Halloween 2018 was really good, easily top 5 or better, solid all around. Kills was honestly pretty disappointing for me. It just had bad dialogue and really stupid character decisions. Ends, however, I was so hopeful it would finish well. I really didn't like it. Making Michael a side character at the end, completely abandoning the lore of him transcending as he kills, etc., going nowhere with the Officer Hawkins plotline, and making us watch a new character, then just killing him and Michael in 5 to 10 minutes. It's my least favourite of all 13. I wish I could like it, but it actually makes me a bit upset. I'm wondering what could have been, because 2018 was a really good movie. Bummer. Halloween Ends sucks so bad, it makes Dumb and Dumber look like Shakespeare. Seen that movie one time and I'll never watch it again. I knew they should have ended it with the 2018 Halloween. I hated it then and I hate it now. Okay. Felt like I was watching Twilight. Yeah, just as I'm trying to look for some more comments, it's very interesting, because it does feel like, you know, there is a few people that are just kind of like, they liked it, but they also very much understand why people didn't like it. And I don't think I'm in the boat of saying that I could say I really liked it, but I do kind of get both views. I am maybe just a bit of, like, you know, a pussy in this one, and I am kind of just split maybe down the middle, maybe a little bit more to liking it than disliking it, just because I can't say I hate it. I probably heavily disliked it when I did go and see it. It was the first 2 times I watched it, I believe. I still couldn't, like, get over that really was, like, you know, how the trilogy was going to end. Like, it kind of left me in a bit of disbelief, which is, I've never felt like that, you know, or felt that passionate about a film going into a cinema anyway. Grey Wolf 7583 says, Halloween Ends should have picked up right at the ending of Halloween Kills, with Laurie Strobes citing herself out of the hospital to face Michael Myers and get revenge like Sarah Connors would have in Terminator 2. You know, for a little bit, this was kind of my, this was actually kind of my initial reaction. I wasn't surprised, obviously, because we knew there was going to be a time jump to the end, but I did kind of think, you know, I want this to just carry on. It felt like everything was so hyped up, and, you know, Karen had just been killed, and it was like, where is it going to go now? But in terms of, obviously, like, you know, if you want to make it realistic, like, Allison was messed up. She had a really badly broken leg. Obviously, Laurie Strode's been stabbed multiple times, I think multiple times anyway. Hawkins is basically bedbound. You know, so in that sense, I understand. And obviously, with the timing and, you know, things needing to be put on hold, you know, I get how, you know, a time jump felt appropriate, because it did kind of bring us back to current day, which was kind of interesting. Okay, so there's a comment here that says, I am personally really conflicted with Halloween Ends. On the one hand, the momentum from Halloween 2018 and Kills just came to a dead stop. On the other hand, I appreciate it went in an unexpected direction. However, it works better as a standalone movie than the end to the trilogy, and definitely not my least favourite Halloween film. Do you know what? For the most part, I think this person has kind of got it spot on for me. I think this is pretty much where I'm at with the film. We've got a couple of comments as well. I love the look of Myers when you got to see him, but I remember going with a younger cousin and an older family friend that practically slept through the whole movie. I wanted to leave, and honestly, the only movie I've ever left to take a smoke break during. I was hurt more than anything. I get it. And then we've got, I stayed in the theatre for the entire time and left beyond disappointed. When the movie made its debut on Prime, I attempted to watch it again. I couldn't get through half of it. It's a steaming pile of shit compared to all other movies in the Halloween series. But yeah, guys, that is just some of many comments that we received from the previous video. Let me know down in the comments below if you haven't commented on that one. Let me know what you thought Halloween Ends. Let me know if you agree with any of these comments and which ones you do, if you do. I can't believe the reaction that this video got. Like, it's so interesting to see how strongly people do feel about Halloween Ends, 2 years later now nearly. So yeah, let me know what you guys do think. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.